Hello there. Extremely delighted to be in touch with you today with a posting on master your words and you begin to master how people perceive you. Beautiful, isn't it? It's a miracle, right? We'll deal with that today. So, in every aspect of our life, communication is very, very important. And I'll tell you very, very important thing. You cannot not communicate at any point of time. You cannot not communicate. In NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming, this is a presupposition. We say that you cannot not communicate. Even you are maintaining silence, it communicates to the other person. The communication ends at the receiver's side. It ends at the receiver. Many times we think that it ends in ourselves, the communicator, the speaker. No. If the other person has not understood what you want to communicate, your intention is not communicated or conveyed, you have to take the responsibility. So the response you get, who is responsible? It's me, the person who is communicating. His responsibility to communicate appropriately, okay, and use the appropriate words so that he gets the appropriate response. There are three components of effective communication. What are they? Body language, tonality, and the words used. Body language plays a very, very predominant role. Example is a small newborn baby smiling. What a beautiful communication, right? I said that communication ends at the receiver side. The receiver side is so happy. Be it a stranger, be it parents, right? Second is tonality. Tonality is equally important. Many times when the subordinate goes into the boss's cabin, the boss is looking into some file, the subordinate says good morning, the boss even doesn't look at the face of the subordinate and he just look at the file and say good morning. And the tonality is as though he has to do it, good morning. There is no pleasing tonality. It's much of a formality. Sometimes it hurts rather than, it hurts when you are neglected. You are not looked at. The person doesn't look at your eyes and communicate means you are neglected. Neglected is more painful, It hurts you. So the tonality is important. But in this session, we are going to focus on the importance of the words used in communication, right? Every sound, for the matter, every word emanate from silence, correct? It emanates from silence. It is supported by silence. It resolves back to silence. There cannot be any word, any sound without the support of silence. It's like the wave. Every wave emanates from water or the sea. It remains there. It resolves back to that sea. Similarly, silence. So what are the sequence in any words or any communication, any verbal communication? First, silence, from which everything emanates. Then, the intention of the speaker. More clear you are in your intention, better the communication is. You would have felt this, you would have experienced this. Rather than just communicating without even having any clear intention, it sometimes produces the negative results. So, silence, the intention of the speaker, then clear visualization of what he wants to communicate, like constructing a building, right? You have to have a clear idea, okay? The intention, then you make a blueprint, then you procure material, then sequencing it, then physical construction comes. Same thing goes to communication. So silence, intention, visualization, thoughts, appropriate thoughts in the mind, then verbalization through words or sounds, correct? So verbalization also involves so many things. If you want to know more deep about this, please visit my channel, go to the playlist and the benefit of chanting. I have dealt with it very, very in detail, very detailed way I have handled. Here I will give the essence of it, okay? So, in every verbalized word, It involves various places of articulation: throat, upper palate, roof, top of that mouth, then teeth, lips. These are all the places involved in articulation of every sound. Different sounds, different words uses different places of articulation. Every place of articulation has got a corresponding connection with our brain. Accordingly, it influences the waves of the brain, be it a alpha wave, beta wave, delta wave, gamma wave, theta waves. That influences our physical and mental health, our alertness, our focus, our concentration. See how everything is connected with the other thing. We use word without knowing all this impact, right? Without even knowing that it can produce a beautiful effect or a negative effect also. We can master our words and we can begin to master how people perceive us. Very, very effective, right? Now let us take some examples. Examples makes the communication very clear. So, in every aspect of life, communication is very important. Be it making wealth, having a good relationship, spirituality, health, everywhere communication is very important. Let us take all that four and I'll give some example. Wealth. If you are doing a business, how you communicate with your customer, with your supplier, with your employees, with all the people you engage, that will give the best results. They will be engaged positively with you in your business. That will make the best return, right? Then second is health. What you speak to yourself, what words you speak, your inner dialogue, the mental chatter, that decide your physical and mental health. The relationship, most of the time, it takes a lot of time to build a relationship, but improper and toxic and negative communication spoils the relationship like this. It's like it takes years to construct a building. You put a bomb, demolish the whole building, right? Then spirituality. Guru has to have a very good communication capability because different type of disciples come to him. So he should know the appropriate word, he should use the right body language and tonality, and wherever the pause is required, he should pause, and he should look at the face of the students. As we said earlier, that the communication ends at the receiver side. Rather than saying that the disciples, they don't understand, he should use appropriate communication tool, the tonality and the body language and the words to ensure that depending upon the level of the student, he communicates. So in spirituality also communication is very important. Now we are in this session, we are focusing on the words part of it. So I'll give you example. A normal day-to-day what we do, right? Suppose somebody says thank you. What is our standard reply? Unconscious autopilot reply? You are most welcome, right? It is nothing wrong about it. But the return on capital employed in this reply is not the maximum. What is the capital employed here? Energy. Every word used is energy. Word is nothing but Shakti. When I say cow, I immediately think of a cow. When I say elephant, the cow picture goes, elephant picture comes. So every word has got a corresponding connection with the mind. Whether you like it or not, it creates the impression in the mind which determines my future response. Small word used. How integrated things are. Everything is connected. So rather than saying you are most welcome, we can always say that it's my pleasure. You can always count on me. So when you say this, what happens that it gives a very good value for your effort and time. You feel good and the other person also feels good. So very, very important. Words may seem very small, but the way we speak shapes how others perceive us. The response we get depends upon the communication we do. Yeah, a disciplined mind is reflected by the disciplined communication, the disciplined speech. The clarity of mind results into clarity of expression. It's all integrated thing. Okay. So when you go to a program, when you arrive someplace late, what is our standard say? Sorry, I am late. Instead of that, try this. Instead of that, thank you for your waiting. I appreciate your patience. Why should we say that? In the first response, sorry, I am late, it comes from guilt. Guilt sucks our energy. The second one, thank you for waiting, or I appreciate your patience, it comes from gratitude. Gratitude enhances our energy. Then, more example. Suppose you are going to a hotel with your friend. Okay. The hotel is, you have visited the hotel many number of times and you know that the food supplied are very good. The items available are very good. So your friend is asking you, what do you like to have? Rather than saying whatever. And you can say that whatever you choose, I trust your choice. I trust your choice. It empowers the person. It develops the leadership quality in both of you, the listener as well as the communicator. Suppose somebody, one more example. Suppose someone asks you if he knows how to do something, rather than very fast in saying that I don't know, thinking that you are very genuine, rather than try changing that, I can learn it quickly. You can learn it very quickly. Why? Here when you say I can learn it very quickly or I can learn it quickly, you are expressing your willingness to learn. If it is needed in the situation for you and others. Willingness leads to learning. The motivation to learn. The motivation to learn, that is the learning, will result into capability. So it will bring out the capability. Rather than immediately saying no, you say that I can learn it. Many things, when I started thing, initially I was not knowing. And I did a lot of mistakes also. But learning from mistakes, they say that it creates a cellular memory. It remains in you for a longer time rather than a quick solution. In mathematics, you would have solved a problem. 2-3 times you do mistakes, then rather than looking at the answer at the backside, if you do mistakes, then if you go to the examination, the concepts become very clear, right? This is our experience, right? Then when you don't know any answer, rather than saying no idea, we can always say, hey, it sounds very interesting. Can you elaborate? Okay. What do you think? Can you elaborate, explain? Everybody will be willing to. Whatever I know, if you ask me to elaborate, I will jump and communicate. So I motivate in the process the other person, and by listening, I learn also more by actively listening. So this shows what happens when you say that it looks interesting. Can you please help me? Can you elaborate? What do you think about it? If you ask the question, what happens? When you say it's very interesting, curiosity. Curiosity is very important for learning. We should encourage in our children this curiosity. They ask a lot of questions. What is this? Why this is so? Why it is not so? Wherever we know the answer, we should tell them. Otherwise, we should say that I will find out and tell you. Because the curiosity enables the children to learn more. It makes the mind flexible. And it makes the mind alive and growing. So these are all the examples of communication. And when somebody compliments you, okay, most of the time what will happen, especially in a large crowd, somebody compliments you, what we do, we deflect it or we brush it away, okay. Rather than that, we can say that, thank you very much, okay, and it means a lot to me. Then what happened? Receiving appreciation with confidence shows self-respect. Self-respect is very important. The concept of you, about you, okay, your self-concept is very, very important, because the self-concept really influences your values and beliefs. The values and beliefs in turn influences your expectation about your own performance in the future, your growth over a period of time. That determines your attitude, that determines your behavior, then you get the results, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you will find this useful. If you find this useful, please pass it on to your relatives and friends. Always be mindful of how the body language and the tonality part of it. And every word we choose either strengthens our presence or weakens our presence. So be careful. Be clear in your intention. And speech should be always thoughtful. Even you go for a public speech, just rehearse it. Make a bullet point. Nothing wrong in, so that you know that you are focused to the point you want to discuss, and the sequences, many times the examples you want to quote is very powerful. Okay? And the way we speak shape how the world responds to us. So we have to take responsibility the way the world is responding. The world means your friends, anybody to whom you are communicating. So I hope this session is very useful. Master your words and you begin to master how people perceive you. Thank you very much for the opportunity, and we will keep traveling together. Thank you very much.